It begins with a question. What would it feel like to wake up on another planet, to open your eyes and see a red sky instead of blue, to realize that you're 225 million kilometers away from home, standing on dust that hasn't felt a single drop of rain for billions of years? That is Mars, humanity's next great frontier. Dr. Sarah Monroe, an astrophysicist from London, had dreamed of Mars since childhood. She remembered staring through her telescope, seeing that tiny red dot, and whispering, "Someday we'll be there." Today, she stands among the first generation of scientists preparing humans for that dream. But dreams are fragile. Mars isn't a second Earth, it's a trap disguised as hope. Its atmosphere is a ghost, 100 times thinner than Earth's. One small hole in a suit, and life disappears in seconds. Its dust storms can last for months, blotting out the sun. Its soil is toxic. Its nights reach temperatures that could freeze metal solid. Still, Sarah believes that every great story begins with the impossible. She and her team at NASA's Artemis division are designing habitats that can survive the planet's rage, domes made of Martian regolith, powered by nuclear batteries and protected by underground tunnels. When she looks at the red horizon in simulation chambers, she whispers, "This is where we'll take our next step." Mars may try to kill them, but humanity has always turned danger into destiny. And so begins the story of the first mission to Mars, not of technology alone, but of courage, faith, and the unbreakable will to explore. If you can dream beyond fear, Sarah says, you can live beyond Earth. The launch had been perfect. Months of planning, millions of calculations, and one heartbeat of silence before ignition. When the engines roared, Sarah felt the vibration not just under her feet, but in her soul. She wasn't just leaving Earth. She was leaving certainty behind. After 7 months drifting through space, the crew finally saw it, a red world slowly growing in the blackness. Mars, the dream, was real now. But as they entered orbit, reality began to whisper, "This planet doesn't want you here." The first challenge struck even before landing, a dust storm so massive it covered the entire hemisphere. "Visibility zero," the pilot murmured. "We are landing blind." The ship rattled like a fragile shell as crimson sand scraped its surface. One wrong calculation, and they would become the first humans buried on another planet. They made it barely. When the dust settled, the view was both breathtaking and terrifying. Endless emptiness, no birds, no sound, just the slow hum of machines and the faint echo of their own heartbeats inside the helmets. Sarah's first step on Mars was history, but it also came with a chilling thought. This place doesn't forgive mistakes. The air was poison, the gravity was weaker, making every movement strange. The sunlight was thin and cold. And at night, the temperature dropped lower than Antarctica's deepest winter. Inside their habitat dome, the team fought not just the planet, but the isolation. "You hear everything," said Malik, the mission engineer. "Every breath, every heartbeat, every silence." They missed the smell of rain, the laughter of crowds, even the noise of traffic. On Mars, silence was not peace, it was pressure. Sarah knew that survival here wasn't about technology alone, it was about the mind. She recorded a message for the people on Earth. "The hardest part of space isn't distance, it's loneliness. But every minute we survive here, we prove that courage can outlive fear." Outside, the red winds howled again, testing their fragile home. The planet seemed alive, watching them. But Sarah stood by the window, staring back, whispering, "We're not leaving, not yet. If you believe in our journey," she says softly, "subscribe and stay with us. The next chapter will take you deeper, where even the planet's silence has a heartbeat." Mars was quiet, too quiet. After weeks of endless storms, silence felt unnatural. Sarah stood at the edge of the habitat dome, watching the thin orange sunlight fade into a ghostly blue dusk. The others had gone inside, but she stayed, staring at the surface, because something didn't feel right. 2 days earlier, Malik had detected faint tremors beneath the landing site. They were small, barely measurable, but regular, pulsing like a heartbeat. Seismic activity, he wondered aloud, but Mars wasn't supposed to breathe. It was a dead world, wasn't it? When the team drilled deeper for soil samples, strange results began to appear. Tiny gas pockets, frozen in time, unusual mineral patterns that didn't belong in any geological model. And then, a small chamber of ice melted. Something had moved. Could it be life? Sarah whispered. The word felt both holy and dangerous. Life on Mars would change everything, our history, our science, even our sense of belonging in the universe. But what if it didn't want to be found? That night the ground trembled again, stronger this time. Malik woke to the alarms. Oxygen pressure was dropping. Seal the lower vents, he shouted. When Sarah ran to the maintenance bay, she froze. The metal panels were coated in a thin layer of frost, though the heaters were still on. The sensors showed something had broken the seal from below. Is it gas? One asked. A crack, another. But Sarah knew it wasn't that simple. Mars wasn't attacking them, but it was responding. Something beneath the surface was waking up. The next morning, their rover cameras picked up strange patterns in the sand, long, curved trails, stretching for hundreds of meters, as if the ground itself had moved in the night. The crew exchanged glances, fear mixing with awe. Malik, Sarah said, voice trembling, maybe we're not the first ones to step here. Maybe we're just the first to listen. She looked at the camera, recording a message for Earth again. If Mars holds life, it's not the kind we expected, but discovery was never meant to be safe. If you're watching this, remember curiosity is our greatest strength and our greatest risk. As the red storm gathered again, she whispered to herself, whatever's under us, it knows we're here now. If you believe in what lies beyond fear, Sarah's voice breaks softly, stay with us. Subscribe and be part of the journey before the next storm hits.